Good day, everyone. So it's no secret the latest Spiral Abyss is full of bosses, bosses, bosses. And of course, the big question is what should you as a low spender or an F2P Kokomi main actually do to tackle this? Well, I've got some bit of advice and then I actually want to talk about Kokomi in more detail as well. So the background footage is obviously here for you to enjoy. This is obviously from my sort of low spending account as well. So hopefully this will be a bit relatable. But if you want to clearly Spiral Abyss, I would recommend this banner team comp that you can see on screen for the second halves, particularly if you've got one that's better built than mine at the moment. I'm still building them, so they're not perfect by any means. The only problem that, of course, you'll have is against on the second floor against those, I think they're called the Hydro Heralds or something like that. You'll need your Rosaria and Beta to really hard carry. But other than that, Kokomi in this, and especially on the first and the last floor, absolutely amazing. And this is what's so cool about the Banner Team comp. It is mostly an AoE comp. It really works well when you've got 2 or 3 enemies, and it is a very safe, well-rounded team comp. You've got that damage reduction, you've got that freeze, you've got that incredible amount of off-field sort of damage, and it's really good. But where it falls flat is if you want to do big single target damage. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is if I've got 3 enemies, and these 3 enemies on the field each have 1,000,000 HP, then if I hit enemies in an AoE, let's say with Kokomi's little bubble on her Ocean Youth Clam artifact set, if I hit each one of them for, let's say, 25k, then of that 3,000,000 HP in total, I've knocked out 75k, but in a single target, I've only knocked out 25k. So you can see there's definitely like a sweet spot. There are definitely team comps that specialize more with an area of an effect, and other team comps that are better in single target. And to come back to single target, if you want to run Kokomi in a single target environment, then obviously I think a taser variant like the one you can see on screen might work. Now I know it's not the most F2P friendly, and that's because we've got the Raiden Shogun here, so I do apologize for it. It might not be the most relatable, but you can substitute out Raiden for official, Sucrose. Even if you've got a Kazu or a Venti, you can put him in there. But what I love about this team comp is, and hopefully you've seen it now on screen, despite the fact that Kokomi and Beidou have like these high cost ultimates, Raiden Shogun just absolutely in an amazing fashion keeps both of them up, and the taser team here works really well with the way in which you alternate DPS between the Raiden and the taser. It's just absolutely amazing. And I think this is sort of where I want to leave the free-to-play side. These are just some ideas and suggestions for you guys. Obviously, if you've got a C6 Kokomi, you can try the variant that I'm running right now on screen. This is just the attack speed plus VV Shred type variant on Kokomi, and it's just absolutely wonderful, especially in single target. It is quite fun to play. But what I really want to talk now about is actually Kokomi and her sort of role in the game. And I think what I want to start off with is a lot of, like, when Kokomi came out, a lot of people looked at Kokomi and they sort of thought the character was just another healer. You know, she heals, but you know, if she can heal, you know, Bennett can heal, Diona can heal. Oh yeah, she can apply hydro off field, I get it, but you know, Mona can do the same, Child, Xingshu, and these were the sort of arguments that went around at the time. But here's the crucial thing that a lot of people missed, and well, there are actually 2 things. The first being how you distribute your hydro application. How do you distribute your healing? So it's not the fact that you are healing, it is how you get that healing. It is how you distribute your off-field hydro application that is so important, and hence that is why Kokomi is so popular in a lot of freeze teams. Yes, I know Xingshu is better for hydro application, but try running Xingshu in an AoE type of team against all the Rift Hounds. Unless you've got his Elemental Burst back up, it becomes quite difficult to manage large mobs, whereas Kokomi with a single tick freezes everyone, especially if you've got Rosaria or Ganyu or what it calls Shenhe on field. Then it's absolutely amazing. And I think this also now brings me to the second part. Kokomi is not a jack of all trades. So way back when Kokomi came out, I said Kokomi is an absolutely amazing character because of the fact that she's a role consolidator. In other words, or compressor, she tanks, she heals, she deals damage, and she does off-field hydro, and obviously with a clamp set she does like a decent bit of AoE damage as well. And a lot of people interpreted this to mean jack of all trades, master of none, ha ha ha, therefore use anything but Kokomi. And I think a lot of those people don't really understand that principle. So think about this like you would in real life. We all know that one or two people that, they can play the violin, they're a tennis star, they're a surfer. It just seems like these people can do everything. But the problem with being able to do a lot of things is not the fact that you're doing them, but how related they are. So it's no use someone can do a lot of separate things. Where the real value comes in is if someone actually does a lot of things that are related. And this is the key strength of Kokomi. She is sort of a jack of all trades, but it goes further than that. All her utility in terms of being able to tank, to heal, to deal damage, and to do off-field hydro really complements itself. So her kit is very self-complementary, and the way in which it stacks not only with itself but with the sort of abilities of your teammates is what makes Kokomi so powerful, and this is why so many people got her wrong. So it's not the fact that she does off-field hydro, but it's how you distribute that hydro. How does that stack with Sucrose or with Kazuo, with the constant swirling, the electro charge? That is what matters. It's not the fact that she heals and, oh yeah, if you build Bennett in a certain way you can also heal like Kokomi can. It's the fact that Kokomi has got all these variety of means of healing. She's a bit of a Chi-Chi, Barbara, Bennett, all of these things mixed together, and to great success. I mean, there's a reason why Kokomi is such a reliable character. Even if in freeze teams you freeze the enemy and hence you don't need to heal, she still is so good. And I think a lot of these ideas and concepts are slowly getting into the community's minds, and hopefully people can start appreciating this character for truly how powerful she is, being the ultimate role compressor, and there's no other character like her. So yeah guys, that's just what I wanted to say, and I hope you smash the Spiral Abyss.